Microcalcifications. Microcalcifications are a precipitation, I guess precipitation is the best word, of calcium that we have circulating in our blood, precipitating, if you will, out in the breast. We can't generally feel them, but where we see them is in mammograms. And patients are very alarmed when the mammography report comes back, microcalcification seen, and all the verbiage that goes with that, oh my gosh, the microcalcifications means I have breast cancer. No, they don't, not necessarily. And not all microcalcifications are alike. There are little ones, there are big ones. The little ones are called microcalcifications, the big ones are called macrocalcifications. Then there are patterns to the microcalcifications. They can be coarse, they can be fine, they can be branching. So let me try and help you, at least verbally, without good pictures, to try and explain all of this. A condition in the breast called fibrocystic changes of the breast, which includes a big fancy word called sclerosing adenosis. Those kind of changes going on in the tissue of the breast can cause calcium to precipitate out and show up on your mammograms as microcalcifications. Now, breast radiologists are really tuned into this, and they've learned through lots of experience to look for certain patterns of these microcalcifications. And many of these patterns are what are called benign, meaning not cancerous, and then other patterns are suspicious or highly suspicious that could be representing an underlying cancer. I got a question recently about rock salt. A doctor was trying to explain to a patient that apparently she had rock salt in her mammograms or in her breasts. And for those of us like myself who grew up in winter weather, rock salt are the big crystals of salt that we put on our sidewalks and on our roads during, ice storms and snowstorms and things like that. Such an example of rock salt would be big macrocalcifications, and those are almost never associated with breast cancer. So what the radiologists are looking for are these very fine, almost powder-like microcalcifications, particularly if they're branching in certain patterns as being suspicious for potential underlying breast cancer. That gets down to then the categorization system that the radiologists use to describe mammograms, called the BI-RAD system. And if you have a BI-RAD score of a 4 or a 5, that typically means that you need some sort of core biopsy. So as you can see, my description of what are microcalcifications gets bigger and bigger as I keep talking here. So here's what I would suggest. If you read that on your report, have your breast surgeon, your breast specialist, or the radiologist for that matter, show you the mammograms, go over the report to you, and try and help sort out in your mind the difference between benign appearing microcalcifications and those that we worry about. I'm hoping that this elaborate explanation will help you somewhat. Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Harness, and I want to share with you important information that I believe that every newly diagnosed patient with breast cancer needs to know.
I'm a breast cancer survivor.
I am a breast cancer survivor.
I am a breast cancer survivor.
And I want every woman to know
about personalized breast cancer treatment
and the genomic test.
A test that helps guide a woman and her doctor
to the best treatment options for her.
Pass it on.